Good morning. Good morning. It's bright. It is another busy day. We're treating some wheat this morning, so we need the 40-20. Let's go. Got another big red wagon. This one's full. We haven't treated any out of this yet. We don't need to do a lot. We need 3 boxes. About 6,000 pounds is what we're after here. Brock's going to come and we're going to have him plant wheat today. He's going to plant out. We got a full green wagon in the barn there yet that I've already gotten done. He's going to start with that, plant all that out, that variety, and then switch to this to finish what we can get planted for now. We're not done planting wheat, but we should be all the way caught up to what we have harvested by the end of today, I think. Dad did a little ripping last night out here. That looks like it worked out really nice. See, we finally got a little moisture in the ground, so trying to get the tile lines worked out. Now, we usually farm this field the short way because it's where I put my corn plot. So it's gonna be a little rough until we get that stuff leveled up. Maybe we'll have to hit it twice with a field cultivator in the spring, but it looks good now. Didn't quite get done. It's all right. Same as always, turning wheat red. This won't take us for long. Then we're gonna go spread some gypsum. Okay, we did our 3 boxes and I put them in this wagon. We're gonna take it back to the farm. I'm not sure if we should plant this one out and finish the field that we're in first. We're trying to figure out where the best place to put all these varieties and stuff is, and what we're trying to get done today exactly. Here goes Dad with the ripper, gonna keep moving on stuff. We're gonna get at least another, hopefully 2 loads of gypsum spread here this morning. Well, I don't know how much is on there. I just decided we're gonna load her up as full as it can go, because that's kind of what we need. I guess we probably could have put another bucket or 2 on the other side here, but she's pretty full. What does it say we've got? Oops. 27,000 pounds, basically. The spreader's rated for 14 tons. That'd be 28,000 pounds, so we're close. And we are spreading. So this is the same field that we were in yesterday. We did just that one load when I had my daughter with me. Our equipment was still parked out here, so now it's gone, so I can fill in the 3 passes that I had skipped because of that. We had right under 50 acres to do in the field. We should be able to do all of that on this spreader load, and we might even have a little bit left. The next field up the road, the first one we did yesterday, there's 58 acres there. If I could go up and get, 4 to 8 of those, it would make me much more comfortable to get it on one more load. So that's why we loaded her clear full. Well, we're got enough to finish this field because we're done here. But there's only about 500 pounds in there, it says. That'd be enough to do 1 acre in the next field. So forget that. We're just going to go back and load it up, except for the fact that it's 10:30 and maybe we should just go combine. This whole trying to get stuff done in the morning, there's just not enough hours in the day. That's all right. We got this one done. That's a good thing. I needed to do that. So we'll head back and see what Phil's thinking. See where Dad's at. I'm waiting on some lime to get hauled into this field. Once they haul that lime, then we can get that spread, and then the chicken litter can get spread, and then the tillage can get done. The next field up the road doesn't need any lime, so as soon as I get the gypsum spread, then we can have the litter spread and get the tillage done there. I hear the chicken litter spreader people are in the neighborhood, so they might want to do that soon, but they've not called me to say anything about it, so I don't know that. Dad was just finishing up that field and I pulled back in here. Our ripper points are getting some wear to them, but they'll still go for a little while yet. Look at the ones over here. That one's getting pretty worn. Yeah, that one's pretty well shot. The other ones are all okay for a little bit. I don't know if we should change that one now or let him run another field with it. We do have some used ones we could throw on there to keep them even a little bit before we put the whole new set on. Well, let's get started here. Check our oil, go over stuff a little bit. Look how dirty the combine is today. Ugh. Turning black on us. Well, let's get everything pulled up and squared away the way we want. Unfold our grain tank covers. Okay. Parking brake. Phil's got a full truck there from last night, so he's going to go haul that one in, moving the grain cart over there for us. And we're going to keep combining. What do we got? 31, so we got about a little over 50 acres to do here in this field. It'll take us a little while, but won't be terrible. It is right at 11 o'clock, so we're getting a good early start. Hopefully the beans are 14.5%, 15% here this morning. But they won't stay there for long. Turn our auto steer on. There we go. There we go. Let's go. For those of you wondering why yesterday's video is late, it's because it didn't upload overnight. It's 35 minutes long. And so when I started it this morning, it takes a long time to get there. We are currently 8 of 13 gigabytes uploaded. It is 11:05 right now, so it's coming. By the time you're seeing this one, you've already seen that. But yeah, I try and get them out between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, and this one's going to be closer to 1 o'clock this afternoon, it looks like. So I'm sorry. We got some more end rows to do along these trees here. There's a little jog in the woods, so I only did that part last night. They're good beans here. That's good. Moisture is up from last night, but running at 13, not 15, so they're going to dry out real quick. Oh well. This little bit stretched through the middle of this field here where we're at now is probably some of the best part of the field. Once we get kind of up onto the ridge, well, we're sort of behind it now, but there's a ridge in the center of the field towards the east there that the yield's going to drop off on us a little bit. Well, we're marching right along here, doing pretty well. We're up to 61 acres, so double what we started with. It is 1 o'clock on the dot. We've been out here for 2 hours. Another 2 hours and we'll be done. So that's good. That was the plan. Anyway, the beans are stayed pretty good. Like, I thought that this hill, we're right on top of a ridge right here, and then we drop off. I thought these would be much worse than they are. And yeah, here they are off the pace, right? So this up here and then kind of runs down through here, and then we drop down into some low ground towards the back where it gets really good there. But this all in the front was all really good. So yeah, field average is still in the mid 60s, and when we started and they were 55 for the first 2 or 3 rounds, I didn't think we would get there, but that is a good thing. They are still quite dusty, depending on where we're at. If there's more leaves on the plants, they're much dustier than if there's not leaves on the plants. But we've got a pretty strong, I shouldn't say pretty strong, we've got a stronger breeze today than we did yesterday, and it's blowing the dust away so we can actually see. And that is helpful. Well, we've made it to the edge of the field here. Notice the thin stand of beans over here. You guys remember the TikTok I made way back in the summer when I talked about my neighbors drifting and killing some of our beans? That's the result of it right there. They definitely got some. It's going to hurt this outside pass. That is a herbicide trait difference. Those are Enlist beans. These are Extend Flex beans. They sprayed Enlist. It drifted onto us, and it hurt here. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. But for, it looks like just half a pass here. They definitely hit us. 40, 39, 34. Going to be worse than that here. So, yeah. Is what it is. We're not going to complain about it or worry about it, but I thought you guys might remember that spot. So anyway, we've just got a little over this one round here left, and then we're going to go and get moved. It's about 2:30, so we got a little time. I should try and get that plot done tonight. Am I going to go to football practice or not? Done. Okay, we made it. Let's go get the combine unloaded. We'll drop the head. And then I think we'll run a combine back home. Phil should come and empty the grain cart. We'll come back for that and the head. My truck is here and we'll figure it out. It is just after 2:30. I got some time. Okay, so the only other beans we can run is the stuff around my house and my plot. I don't have time to do the whole plot before I would have to go to football practice, if I'm going to football practice, which I should do. But we could get everything done around it and then maybe do it afterwards. That would work. Let's plan on that. The head dropped off here. Here's that tire that we found yesterday. Phil rolled it over here. Still got the hub and the brake drum. Holy cow, somebody had a bad day. Somebody had a really bad day when they lost that. Anyway, I'm rolling out of here with the combine. Dad's coming to pick up the head and bring it back for me. All right, Dad brought the head. I moved my trailer out of the way and we can sneak through here. I got 40-foot buffer on this side so we can take those down and do the back ends and come up the other side, get out to the road. Phil's bringing our cart, so we gotta wait for him to get back and then him and I can go back and get the semi-truck and the pickup truck. So. Boys just got home from school and they want to come and ride. Problem is I'm shutting it down because we gotta go get the other stuff. Phil just got back with the cart, so they will get a chance, but not right now. All right, well, we got our trucks. Phil's gonna haul that load in. It's a partial, but we'll have all of the beans from this field then will have been hauled to town. We'll have a solid weight on it so we can compare to the combine and the grain cart and get a little better calibration there. We loaded up that tire. I'm gonna head back. I've got a little bit of time. We're gonna try and get all the beans around the plot done here, and then I'm gonna take Brayson to football practice and we'll come back and do the plot after that. So both of my boys are playing flag football. They're on different teams because of different age groups this year, but I've been helping coach both teams, and I didn't commit to being the head coach because I knew once we got into harvest, like, there's just no way I could commit to that, right? And so I kind of told them, like, I'll help as much as I can, and I have. And so I wouldn't feel bad not going this week. I didn't go last week or the week before because we were busy. But on Sunday after our last games, the head coach texted me and he said, hey, would you want to call plays next weekend? Because they don't listen to me. And I said, well, they're not going to listen to me either, but sure, we can try that. So I feel like I should probably go to practice so I know what I'm doing on Sunday when they have their next game. So since we're basically caught up, I don't have any more beans that I can run other than what's in that plot, and we'll get that done tonight, no problem. I don't feel bad taking an hour and going and doing that and spending some time with my kids, you know? It's a little sad that I feel like I have to justify that as much as I do, but it's eating away at me to not be in the combine and to say I'm just going to skip work for an hour to go and do that, but it's the right thing to do. I've got about 20 minutes yet before we've got to go to that, so we're going to get the rest of the beans around this plot done. I got to find my flags and figure out where exactly the edge of the plot is. All right, so this is the first row of our actual plot, so everything from here that way can be peeled off of there up until our midway point. And then where does it start on the other end here? And are my stakes still out here? Oh yeah, there's a stake right there. These are 160K, so these are my like population trials. There's a stake, and then I think I did some starter trials too. Pop up. Yeah, this one had my starter. Back to our 30-inch rows here. I did that one field, and this one was all planted in 30-inch rows, so this is the last of it here. But I like doing my plots in 30s. It's just easier from my plot perspective. So yeah, anyway, I don't know, there might be another round here that's not part of the plots, and then everything else we'll do later. Well, I was going along and then I heard a noise. I wonder if I got a rock or a piece of wood or something in our rock trap, so we're gonna dump it. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Well, I didn't see anything under there, so I'm not sure. There was an old building site kind of in this corner that Dad's cleaned up, and could have caught a chunk of wood or something. Hopefully not a rock. Or metal, that would be bad too. Alright, that's everything outside of the plot. So we got some agronomic trials that come in through here, the long rows, and then all the short rows of the variety trials. We will do those after football. Goes from 4:30 to 5:30, so we'll be back here 6 o'clock. We'll have a couple hours. Should be doable. We'll do it. We'll just do it. Alright, well, we just got back from football practice. So we should be good to go here. I'm going to pull all these signs and just lay them out in front. I'm going to write down the order of all the entries out here. And then we're going to go get in the combine. I'll move these flags so I don't combine those. Alright, I've got the list of everything that's in the plot here written down. I've got all the seed varieties, and then I've got the agronomic trials. We have 3 populations, and then a with and without the starter, pop-up starter that we were using this spring on the beans. And so we're going to start with those and work our way across. I'm going to grab the iPad out of the tractor here because we're going to use the grain cart scale, and we'll get started. So my first 2 plots here is the no starter and starter. They are 12 row plots, so that's 30 feet. So we're counting them out, and that's what we've got here. We're going to combine down, and we'll drive up and dump into the grain cart. Well, for the first 2 trials, starter versus no starter, the weights were identical. 2,990 pounds on each one of them. So now we've got to test the samples, but I'm quite sure that they're both dry, and that's going to be a no yield difference whatsoever. Not even a statistical difference, just no yield difference. All right, now we got population trials. This first one is at 160,000 plants per acre. This is an 8-row, 20-foot trial, so we'll have less weight on these. Well, sometimes you get really good data that you expect, sometimes you get interesting data, and sometimes you get data that doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, we just got done with the population trials, and our weights were 2,000 on the 80K, 1950 on the 120, and 2020 on the 160K. So you would expect the 120 to be in the middle, not the bottom, but that's what it is. We'll see what those translate to in yields. These plots were 973 feet, so we'll do that math later. But on to the variety trials. Now these are a lot shorter, so again, our weights are going to be less. We're 8 rows, and they just go to behind my seed warehouse, so they're lots shorter. This first one is a 3-4. They look reasonably ready, but there are still some green leaves out there. We may have some green beans that that the moisture may come into play on these. Even with the green in them, the combine says they're dry, and they're dang good beans. It's not super accurate when you're taking half a header width, but yeah, there was some green ones, wasn't there? Ryland's my sample getter. Well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna finish still, but the sun is going down on us. I got a Draper Belt Speed 0 air. I think we got something caught over here. Oh no. Oh no, it's an animal. Dang it. I don't want to dig that out of there. I think we got a coon. We gotta try and work that out. I don't want to dig that out of there. Just stay. Alright. This was a rough ending. I think we're gonna have to call it here. So I did not get that coon or possum or whatever it is out. I never saw it. Got caught underneath the Draper belt and then it wedged into the end. But I did get it enough that the Draper belt turns. However, my tailing system is now full. And I think that the cross auger that unloads the tailings back into the cleaning chute is stuck. It's slip clutch is going on it. It's not turning, and I got to figure out how to get it unstuck, and that might involve a pipe wrench, and I don't know if I have one, and I don't know. I'm gonna go see if I can find something to make this work, but we're gonna run out of time here. I think we might have to finish the plot tomorrow. Well, I figured out why my tailings wasn't turning. That was stuck in them. Now the question is, Where did that come from? Uh-huh. What are the chances that is what I heard when we started this field and it's just been running around in there for the last 10 acres until it got caught somewhere? In which case, how much more damage is there? Well, I got it out. That's a good start. Well, let's see if we can finish this. We don't have very much left, but it's a plot, and plots take a lot of time. But I don't think we have maybe 5 or 6 left. But we're also running out of room in our grain cart, so, you know, there's that. Oh, goodness. Well, there was kind of 2 things happening at once there, and I thought maybe they were related, but they were not at all. That's okay. All right, what do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, shoot, we got 7 left. All right, better hurry. I give up for the night. I didn't even make the next pass. The tailings elevator plugged up again. That auger is not turning. So I don't know if there's something else stuck in there. I didn't get it all. If the slip clutch is going bad, I don't know, but I'm done messing with it in the dark. Well, that was kind of a crappy ending to an otherwise pretty darn good day. We were pretty productive until we got to about 2 acres to go. And, yeah, ran a coon into the head, which was not fun. And then something's going on with our tailing system. And I thought that it was probably a foreign object that we brought in that caused that. And now I'm wondering if it's something inside of that falling apart, or maybe we blew up our slip clutch. I don't know. We're going to address it in the morning. It was pretty easy to clear the first jam. I just took a pipe wrench and wiggled the auger, and it fell out of one of the holes in there. It was pretty easy to do. So it's possible there's something else, or it's possible the slip clutch is going bad, or it's possible that we stripped a keyway or something on the drive or something. We might have to take the cover off, and we might have to have somebody sit in the combine and run it while I watch and see what's going on. So anyway, we'll figure that out tomorrow. Really, that's all we have left for beans to run right now, I think. We need to go drive around, look at the remaining fields up here. We're towards the end of it here at Waldron, and then we've got to go to Berkey, but those are not close. They're every bit of a week or 2 out yet, so a week and a half. So let's see, we've got 90 acres and a 30 acres over that direction, and then we've got a 78 and a 65 and a 10 or something over that way. But they were all May planted beans that are full season. They're just not quite ready yet. So we'll see. Thanks for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and make sure you come back tomorrow for another one. See ya.